Hello everyone and welcome back to Lucky15, where I'll be giving you my Lucky15 predictions for tomorrow's horse racing as per usual. Well, what can I say? We're not doing great at the moment, if I'm going to be honest with you. We had one or two placings today. We had Bakti, who ran a pretty much good race. Couldn't have any put any better performance together. Just found Eddie too good on the day. Dickie Johnson gave it a good ride throughout. It was always towards the business end. I think it led most of the way round the track at Utopian, but Eddie made a nice move coming in towards the home turn and just had a bit more stronger pace towards the end of the race, which won Eddie that race. There was also Taverner at Wolverhampton. He ran his race, to be fair. He got out to the front nice and early, the normal front runner that he is. But he just got a bit outpaced towards the last furlong, where he lost the lead to finish something like 4th or 5th in the end. So, yeah, you can argue that he didn't win, but he ran his race, and that wasn't too bad. We had Royal Connoisseur at Hamilton, not a great performance if I'm honest. And then we had Circulation at Ripon, which went off just a short while ago, where he finished about 4th or 5th. And never really got into the race. He was always in like the chasing pack really, but the Godolphin horse was actually a really nice horse that came out of that race, so that would be definitely one to keep an eye out for future races. So all in all, not a great day today, but I've made some selections for tomorrow's horse racing. Doesn't seem too bad on paper, some good racing on tomorrow. And we're going to get stuck in tomorrow with our first selection running at Ripon in the 2:30. And the horse that I've gone for here is called Springforth, which is around about 7-2 with bookmakers at the moment. It's from the Richard Fahey stable, which is a real powerhouse for the north, and it will be ridden by one of his jockeys, a top jockey in Paul Hannigan. This horse is done okay recently. It's finished second in its last 2 outings since it's been running on the turf this season. Last time out was just behind a slightly better horse, which you can forgive it in that run, I suppose. That was at Hamilton, so it was quite a progressive horse that won that race, so to finish second in that wasn't too bad. Also as well, he's got a good pedigree on him. He's not fully exposed yet. He's related to Dubois, who's a good horse to be related to. And yeah, I definitely think he's got a good chance tomorrow. He's going to be running off a mark of 67, which is round about the same mark he's been running to. I think he ran to a mark of 66 on his last 2 previous starts, so he's only been slightly raised. Running well, Richard Fahey, good trainer, Paul Hannigan, top jockey, and I definitely think they've got a good chance in that race tomorrow. Our second selection for tomorrow's racing sees us stay at Ripon in the 3:30 there with a horse called Enclosure. This horse is from David O'Mara and is going to be ridden by Daniel Tudhope, who's been riding really well of late. He's actually up there towards the jockey standings. He's in red hot form at the moment, and again this horse is run about a similar price with bookmakers at the moment. He's 4-1. Now this horse has only been seen once before on a run at Thirsk in a maiden, where it won really nicely by about 5 or 6 lengths that day. Hasn't been seen since, but I don't think running back from a break is any problem for him, since he only won on his previous start. So you got to say he was quite impressive that day. David O'Meara's stable have been going pretty well of late as well, and again I think he could be a good sort for this race tomorrow, and he's still unexposed. He's only raced once, so of course he would still be, so he's got further room for improvement, and I definitely think he's a horse of interest tomorrow. So that's who we're going for there as our second selection. Our third selection tomorrow sees us go to Bangor on D, which is the only jumps meeting on tomorrow in England. The horse that we've gone for here will run in the 4:20 with a horse called Shantou Tiger from the Donald McCain yard, who's a good northern stable there, and will be ridden by a conditional called Lorcan Murta, who's amongst the conditionals at the moment, one of the best, and he's been specially employed recently by Donald McCain. He's gone to his yard to be one of his main conditional jockeys. He's been riding well, Lorcan, ridden a few winners of late. He'll be able to use his £7 claim here tomorrow, which I think he will lose soon. Now, this horse is a previous course and distance winner and did have a second place last time out behind a really short odds on favourite, but was beaten absolutely miles that day in the short. race field. But I definitely think he likes this course and trip, and I definitely think in such a weak race tomorrow with good connections, 5-1 bookmakers at the moment, running off quite a high mark, but he's probably one of the more classier types in the race. He should hopefully put his class to bed and be definitely involved in the mix in this race tomorrow. So we're going with Shantou Tiger there in the 420 at Bangor. Our last selection tomorrow sees us go to the evening meeting at Sandown, and the horse that we've chosen here is Utopian Dream. John Gosden and Frankie Dettori teaming up for this one of the red hottest inform combinations you can ever get. John Gosden been flying this season, Frankie been riding as well as ever, and this horse is ran about 5-1 bookmakers at the moment. Last time it was seen was on the all-weather at Chelmsford, when it won really nicely against a short price favourite by about 5 lengths. It's making its first start on turf tomorrow, but I don't think that's off-putting, and I definitely think he's of interest again. He's got some good connections, good pedigree, and I definitely think he's really unexposed and should go well again tomorrow. But if you've got any red hot tips for tomorrow, or you've got any predictions, leave them in the comments box below. If you've been doing alright as well, leave them in the box below as well. Also subscribe to our channel here on YouTube at Lucky15 for more daily horse racing predictions. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Lucky15. Gamble responsibly, and we'll be seeing you soon.